Paula Metzler on Penfield Town Court. Given your age and enfeeblement, what's my name? Do you know my name? My name is Christopher Chichester. I've never committed a crime. I want to be absolutely clear, you bald-headed, wig-wearing criminal. I will never come into Penfield Town Court. And fuck you, Paula Metzler. I don't care what you sent to 26 Sanders Farm Drive. A corrupt judge inside a library is you. And there you are inside a library summoning me, an innocent man, to come into your library so you can declare me guilty without a jury and without a prosecutor and deliver me to jail. That's the sick lunatic fringe, and that's exactly what you are. So fuck you, you bald-headed, wig-wearing criminal. I will never come in Penfield Town Court. I will have to be violently attacked like I was on August 30th and deposited in front of you. Pay attention. If I'm in front of you, Paula Metzler, I will start to scream at you and over you when you begin to talk and accuse me of a crime. Who the fuck are you, you sick hack, to sit there as a jury of one and determine guilt or innocence? Where's the jury? A jury doesn't send me anywhere. Anywhere. I walk right back home. A sick hack jury of one, that is Paula Metzler, delivers me to jail. What is wrong with you? You take pleasure in sitting up there and declaring everybody guilty. The reason why everybody's guilty is you refuse to comply with this freedom of information law. It's February. Have you noticed it? Have you noticed it's February? I sent this to you on December 16th. Today in charge and sentence of every defendant in Penfield Town Court for John P. Metzler Jr., James P. Jr., Paula Metzler. I sent this to you on December 17th, December 18th, December 26th, December 27th, December 28th, December 29th, December 30th, January 3rd, January 4th, January 5th, January 6th, over and over and over. You've received this 10 plus times. Today in charge of sentence of everyone in Penfield Town Court for John P. Metzler Jr., James P. Jr., Paula Metzler. Everybody's guilty. How do you explain that to the United States Department of Justice, the employees at the United States Department of Justice? How do you explain that to the employees that work for Governor Andrew Cuomo? How do you explain that to the employees that work for the Assembly Speaker, Majority Leader in Albany? How do you explain that to every single member of the Monroe County Legislature? How is that possibly explained that everybody's guilty? And when I'm in there, you don't even know the facts and circumstances of the crimes for which are concocted for me. It doesn't matter to you. You love pronouncing guilt for citizens that have not committed a crime. You love pronouncing guilt. This is why I use words to describe you like sick and demented. You are sick and demented. There's no doubt about that fact. And when I contact the employees at the United States Department of Justice and the employees in Albany that work for Governor Andrew Cuomo, Speaker, Majority Leader, and the members of the Monroe County Legislature, they will reach that same conclusion, that you are sick and demented, that you are a vile, disgusting human being sitting up there as a jury of one and determining guilt or innocence, and no one's innocent, everybody's guilty. How do you explain that? How do you explain a search warrant, Paula Metzler? That's not a search warrant. I've said this over and over and over. You type this document that is not a search warrant, that says search warrant, in your little library courtroom. You gave it to Lee LaRoque, this $91,000 criminal, and that gets Lee LaRoque into my residence at 26 Sanders Farm Drive, where she exits with my Chromebook. And you, Leah, you disgusting, vile, bankrupt hack, had these blue gloves on in my residence. You exited with my Chromebook because you went to the search history on my Chromebook and you read my emails because you're trying to concoct the crime for me. That's why this document says any laptops, computers, tablets, or other computing devices. You specifically entered the residence to take my Chromebook. And this is why you're a sick, demented, vile, disgusting human being. When I use words like sick, demented, vile, and disgusting, this is why. To any deputy sheriff, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, any deputy sheriff, that's a title that not everyone in the sheriff's office has. So I'll say perhaps there are 10, 20, 30 deputy sheriffs. Can 10, 20, or 30 of the public employees supported by taxpayer dollars come in here? Deputy sheriff? Any deputy sheriff. And this is the most alarming. Any other police officer in the state of New York, really. From Montauk Point, Montauk, New York, to Buffalo can come in here in a state of 17.9 million. From Plattsburgh, New York, up near the Canadian border, down to the Bronx and New York City can come in here. Anyone in Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Albany, Elmira, Horseheads, Corning, Watertown can come in here? Is that right? The answer is yes. That is right. To any deputy sheriff, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, and any other police officer in the state, nor proof by affidavit, where is it? I believe it doesn't exist. Where's the affidavit? Proof by affidavit having made this day made before me by Lee LaRoque, a deputy sheriff investigator with the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, assigned to the Criminal Investigation Division. How did you get in contact with her? Did she contact you or did you contact her? You will have to answer these questions. And you're sitting up there underneath that pathetic wig with that bald head, and the brain inside that bald head is thinking, he needs to be arrested. I need to call Sheriff back. That's exactly what you're thinking, because you're a sick, disgusting, vile hack. Proof by affidavit having made this day before me by investigator Lee LaRoque. What's the proof? Where's the affidavit? What's life going to be like for you, Lee LaRoque, and bald-headed wig-wearing Paul C. Metzler, if this proof by affidavit doesn't exist? Then you call my landlord, Giuseppe Nino Spano. They were obviously petrified, and here you are. You tore my residence apart, Lee LaRoque. What are you doing going through my father's dresser? You pulled out the 3 drawers of my father's dresser he gave me when he was a child in Brooklyn. What'd you find? Nothing. You pulled out the drawers downstairs underneath the sink. What'd you find? Nothing. You went to the sink upstairs, the second floor, would you find nothing? You took my dress screens from the 101st Airborne Division I've not worn since 1988, and you threw them on the floor. The papers I have in folders on the hardwood floor downstairs were all taken out. They were thrown all over. This is the invasion of my life by you, Paul C. Metzler, and you, Lee LaRoque. You're extremists. What'd you find? Found nothing. And even if you did find something you believe is incriminating, this is an unconstitutional invasion of my life. This is not a search warrant. There's not a single attorney in the United States of America who understands documents and the legal validity of a document is going to look at this and say it's a search warrant. You know why? It doesn't have an identifying marker. I've used documents with identifying markers when I worked in the 101st Airborne Division, when I was a public employee for the Majority Leader and Governor in Albany, for Congressman Lamar Smith, the Senator Olympia Stone, Washington, D.C. When I needed a document, I went to the file cabinet and I took it out and I looked at it and it had an identifying number. A search warrant certainly has to have an identifying number because there has to be different search warrants, I'm guessing, as far as how the fanatical cops can get into a residence, and how the fanatical cops got into this residence is with the search warrant. That's not a search warrant. That just says search warrant because bald-headed wig-wearing Lee LaRoque, bald-headed wig-wearing Paula Metzler, and her cipher, Lee LaRoque, decided they wanted to enter my residence to concoct a crime for me by seizing my Chromebook, and that's exactly what you're doing. How long have you been with the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, Lee LaRoque? What do you do? Do you even know why you're in here? Do you know anything about me? Do you know about these nauseating concoctions? Do you know about Don Benedetto hiding in the back, hiding on the private property of my neighbor to run at me at midnight on August 30th and then running up my back porch and grabbing my arm and saying I swung a hammer at him? That's a felony concocted thing. Do you know about harassment second? Do you know about criminal contempt? I detailed that repeatedly. I'm not going to do it now. But you $91,000 Lee LaRoque can walk through that parking lot. Why is that? Why can you $91,000 Lee LaRoque walk through this parking lot without being arrested? Why can you bald-headed wig-wearing Paula Metzler walk through this parking lot without being arrested? It's a sick lunatic fringe. I went to Penfield Town Court. Just a list of salaries. The District Attorney's Office. King of New York, gay number 1, Sandra Dawley. Total silence. What's the name of the prosecutor who doesn't talk in Penfield Town Court? First before John P. Lomenzo Jr., and next before bald-headed wig-wearing Paul C. Metzler. What's the name? First time was a female, next time was a male. Both times, total silence. This disgusting hack is imposing a bench trial upon me for the express purpose of delivering me to jail, and you will have to answer why I'm in Livingston County Jail. Click on that YouTube I did, bald-headed wig-wearing Paula Metzler, where I contacted the sheriff and the district attorney in Livingston County. Did they even know I was there? You will have to answer these questions. Did you have contact, Paul C. Metzler, with the employees at the sheriff's office, employees at the district attorney's office in Livingston County? You had to. What was your conversations with them? Why wasn't I in Monroe County Jail? And the answer is that I'll be tagged in Monroe County Jail. That's why. So, I ask you, bald-headed wig-wearing Paula Metzler, if you owned a dog, what would you think? There you are walking Simba and Star. And there's the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Give us Simba and Star. What would you think about that? All you're doing is walking Simba and Star in the same way, 7 years, 4,000 times, and it's pounding on your door, and there they are, give us your dog. You think that's lunatic French, right? That's what happened to me because these fanatics, degenerates, sociopaths. All I'm doing is walking my dog the same way, 7 years and 4,000 times. This Shah law firm, these parasites that you were with, these parasites, Nairaj and Layla Kumar Shah, that keep coming to you, bald-headed, wig-wearing Paula Metzler, call the Monroe County Sheriff's Office to come and seize my dog. They don't come over to my residence to talk to me. This is what you're with. A 50-year-old man living with a 70-year-old mother. This is who you're with. They keep coming to you. I will never appear in Penfield Town Court. Do you understand me, Paula Metzler? I want to be absolutely clear. Does not matter the documentation you're sending to me. You as one person are trying to deliver me to jail because of an email link that they were on that also went to the district attorney's and sheriff's office. You will have to explain this to the United States Department of Justice, given what you're doing to me. You are a disgusting, vile, sick human being, Paula Metzler. Hell exists for you. My name is Christopher Chichester. I have never committed a crime.